Hey everybody, just a quick update. This past week, today is 9/25, and we had a lot of updates, or a lot of progress this past week. We had been, well, first of all, most rooms in the house look like this now. So we're getting close. Today's the 25th of September, and closing on the house is the 14th of October, so it's coming in fast. So there will be a gap of time where we're homeless for a little bit, living with family while we wait for the RV to finish being built and delivered. So we've been putting off booking places to stay simply because we don't have the RV, and that can be problematic. So the truth is, those places are hard to find depending on where you're going. So when you find them, you book them, and you have some faith that things are gonna come around and work out. So we've actually got the first 3 places we're staying scheduled as of this past week. We pulled the trigger and scheduled those. The first 2-3 weeks or so is going to be in the Omaha area. There's a Gretna, Nebraska has a KOA just outside the west side of town. It's super nice. So we're there for a little bit, and then we're gonna go mid-November to Denver. We booked that one this week, and be near Hannah and Ryan. And Hannah's having a medical procedure done soon around that time, and we want to be available to help them with that recovery and stuff. And this way we're 10 or 15 minutes away. We're not underfoot, but we're there as often as needed to be helped. So then from there we had possibly considered coming back to Omaha and spending through December, and that's shifted now. We're gonna go straight to Arizona from there. So we've been scouring that area for a place to stay, and it turns out many of those places, pretty much all of those places out there, get scheduled last February, March, April. They fill up. They take their reservations for the people that want to stay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, and the regulars pretty much soak up all the spots. So we kind of just built a spreadsheet with a list of the places we might want to be and the areas we might want to be in the parts of Arizona that will be warm, because we've learned, new to us, but northern Arizona with the altitude and such can actually be pretty cold in the winter. Highs in the 40s, for example, in January, versus hit Phoenix and south and you're more like 60s for the highs. So that's more appealing. So this week, I had called quite a few places, honestly, and they're just full. They're just all full up. And then we didn't realize that there are lots of those places that are 55 and up, and I'm 53, and Rhoda's almost 51. I mean, almost 29. And sorry, I got a kitty cat here making some noise. So the 55 plus won't let you in if you're not the right age. We have learned they have a few spots they have to allow people of any age to come into, but most of them have already filled those spaces up as well. So we did find a good place. It's got great reviews. It's between Phoenix and Tucson, so we're an hour or less from either city. And so we'll be able to spend some time out there just scouting around the Southwest desert areas out there, a terrain that's really new to us. So stuff we're not familiar with. There's a lot to see, and just spend the winter in a place that's a bit warmer than the normal Nebraska winter that we're used to. Also this week and this weekend, we've gotten a lot of work done around the house, getting it ready. For the first time, we feel like we've turned a corner as far as progress, where we can see real light at the end of the tunnel versus just seeing more stuff that needs to be done. So that's a major challenge that people have in this process, is all this stuff. What do you do with all this stuff, all this stuff, all this stuff? And I could potentially make a video one of these times that talks about that in detail, because it is quite a challenge, to be honest. Old photographs, new photographs, thousands and thousands of photographs, paper copies and what to do with that, and clothing downsizing, and just all this stuff. So right now, maybe the next video I'll show the dining room we have upstairs has 2 piles in it. Basically, we're getting it down to pretty quickly. Those 2 piles are everything we're going to take with us plus we've weeded our clothing down another couple passes, and we'll have that down. And then we've got to gather up all the tools, get rid of the really old stuff, keep the newer stuff. And that's really, I'll show you at some point, everything we're taking with us, because there's not much room compared to a big old house full of stuff. So anyway, a good progress week. It was a major event for us to get our spaces, our next 3 spaces, our first 3 spaces basically, scheduled and reserved. And just having that was a huge relief. Helps us sleep at night, to be honest. So that's the update for now. Just the kind of the plans through, I don't know, March. I didn't outline it very well, so I'll go ahead and spell it out again. Late October, pick up the RV in Montana, back to Omaha for some period of 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. November 12th to Denver, December 3rd to Arizona, and then be there probably 2 or 3 months. And then early March, head to South Dakota. We'll spend a month in South Dakota. Not the greatest time of year, but it fits scheduling wise. And then back to Omaha area for early April, and probably spend 5, 6, 7 weeks in the Omaha area. And then that's the end of the planning so far. We just know we're going to go north as it gets warm, and so we'll start scouting out where to be when it's summer, and where to be where it's cooler, and start planning what that looks like. So that's the update for this time, and thanks for checking in.